Welcome to the court. It's Jester. So where we last left off, we just accused Tsumugi of murder. Well, and being the mastermind. We accused her of a lot of things. Tsumugi, there are no other possibilities.
You don't have anything to say?
What can she really say? It wasn't me. I swear I didn't do it. I'm just a little girl on her birthday. You wouldn't accuse a little girl on her birthday of murder now, would you?
Anything to say? Even if you keep saying all that stuff, I still don't get it. Hey, let's stop this already. You're mistaken.
I don't think I am.
It's because we're all friends, right? Weren't we going to work together to end this killing game?
Why you lying?
This is a class trial. Although we were forced into these class trials by the mastermind, that's how we survived. It was the only way. It was the only way we could survive. So please, Tsumugi, refute the evidence. Say something. Your life depends on it.
Oh, she's dying by the end of this. Or everyone else is.
Please.
Again, I feel like the emotional beats of this would have hit a lot harder if she was closer to all of us. Like, there's no reason the game couldn't have had more scenes of Tsumugi being friends with everyone.
Tsumugi, I don't want to suspect you. I want to believe in you. I want the mastermind to be somewhere else, like in the previous killing games. So, if you're really not the mastermind, then don't give up. I'll cheer you on.
Even if you say that...
Tsumugi is taking her sweet time, but waiting around is so boring. Hey, Shuichi! Why don't we look over the case again?
What?
Come on, that's like your thing. Present the truth and end this.
It is your thing, Shuichi. It is undeniably your thing.
Because there are people who don't know what the heck is going on until we get to this part.
I think everyone knows what the heck is going on when we get to this part.
Now then, let's start.
Look, I'm just saying, when I think of the other games, there are characters that you are, like, really close to. Like, so in, like, Trigger Happy Havoc, if Kyoko betrayed us, it would be devastating. And in Goodbye Despair, if Chiakai betrayed us, it would be devastating. But in this game, the characters we're really close to, this game I think is honestly the best out of having us get really close to characters more than just one character. Because we have Shuichi get really close to Kaito, but also really also got really close to Maki. And I'm just thinking here, like, god damn, if the twist was that Maki was the mastermind, that would be devastating. It would be soul-crushing to find out your friend Maki betrayed you. And they're expecting us to have the same feelings when it's just Tsumugi, who's kind of low-key been a background character this entire time. Oh, we're doing this. Hey! I feel like there could have been better ways to have Tsumugi be a closer friend to everyone else. Just to give her more screen time. If they gave Tsumugi more screen time, there would have been a more emotional weight to her being the mastermind.
This is the truth of the case! With this new evidence, let's look back at Rantaro's murder.
I can see the streaks.
The night of the incident, Kaede and I were in the first floor classroom. We were waiting for the mastermind to trigger the trap we set in the library. Around that time, there were 4 people in the dining hall, including the mastermind.
Well, it's always there! I'm not ignoring your streak counts. It's just that I'm not always paying attention to chat because I'm focused on the game.
The mastermind was probably irritated that no murders had yet occurred.
I love how Mew is just like there with a blowtorch at the cafeteria table. Also, the thing about Kyo that shows him being a freak, instead of having his dish on the table, he is holding his dish in his hand while he eats from it, which is just such an easy way to risk spilling everything on your plate into your lap. Why not have it set on the table? Why are you eating like that, my guy?
After the motive was given, they knew that Kaede was planning something. But the mastermind wanted some insurance. They would take action if necessary. The mastermind excused themselves from the dining hall and went to the bathroom. And from there, to the hidden room in the library that only the mastermind could enter. And there they waited. With less than an hour before the time limit expired, Rantaro moved the library's bookcase. Which set off the receiver I was holding. It all happened the way we determined in the first trial, except at the end. I ran out of the room, and Kaede rolled the shot put ball into the air vent. At the same time, Rantaro was lured by the flash of the hidden camera Kaede set. He unwittingly stepped right into the path of the shot. The shot rolled down the path Kaede made, and then... fell right onto Rantaro's head, killing him instantly. Of course, it turns out that was just what the mastermind wanted us to believe. In reality, Kaede's murder plan happened quite differently. The shot put ball that Kaede rolled didn't actually hit Rantaro. He must have been surprised seeing the shot put ball drop out of nowhere like that. But his fate was sealed. The mastermind saw that Kaede's plan failed and stepped in to finish the job. The mastermind jumped out of the hidden room and attacked Rantaro from behind. And in their hand, the real murder weapon, their own shot put ball. Rantaro wasn't killed by Kaede's shot, but by the mastermind's. The mastermind picked up Kaede's shot and left their shot put ball at the scene. They also looted the survivor perk monopad from Rantaro's body. Those things in hand, they retreated back into the hidden room. I remember seeing the bookcase closing just as Kaede and I got there. The mastermind had probably just finished their crime. And so, the real truth was perfectly hidden from us. We went to the class trial. And reached the truth that Kaede was the culprit. But that truth had been twisted by the mastermind. After the murder, the mastermind left the stolen monopad on the table in the hidden room. And threw Kaede's shot put ball into the trash can. A little careless of them to not get rid of all the evidence. They probably believed no one would ever get into that room, but we did. Their crime complete, the mastermind went back through the hidden passageway. The passageway led from the hidden room all the way to the girls' bathroom on the first floor. while the mastermind was pretending to use the girl's bathroom. They were actually using the hidden passageway. That's how they moved around without being noticed. Anyone could have used the hidden passageway, not just the people in the dining hall. But looking at the survivors, only you could possibly be the mastermind. If I'm wrong, please refute me. Please tell us you aren't the mastermind. Tsumugi Shirogane, the ultimate cosplayer. That's the truth of this case, of the killing game itself. Well, Tsumugi,
Well, what?
Yes! What a scorching hot twist! My hand holding the detonator is tensing up! Don't get tense! Calm down!
Oh, one of them's gonna blow up.
Daddy, please stop this! Go back to how you used to be, when you loved us so much!
Monokuma never loved you.
How I used to be was more suited to a different story than this one.
Huh?
Basically, your story doesn't matter. I gotta watch this exciting development!
Well, Tsumugi, are there any flaws in Shuichi's logic? If so, then please tell us.
Flaws? There's a bunch of flaws all over it.
Then explain. You can do it! You can do it, Tsumugi!
Even if you cheer me on. It's not like that. I didn't do it. It's plain to see.
Fight back, Tsumugi! Come on! You can do it! You can do it!
Monokuma cheering for her just makes her look even more guilty.
Daddy, you're tensing up again.
I still want to live, so please don't push the button!
Push the button. Do it.
Tsumugi, please just say something. If you don't defend yourself...
It's Junko Enoshima!
Oh my god. You know what? Yeah, blame it on Junko. It's Junko's ghost. Oh my god, what if it's Junko's ghost? No. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I said that as a joke, but oh my god, it would be the twist of the century if it was true. What if Junko's ghost physically possessed Tsumugi and forced Tsumugi to do all of that? And Tsumugi doesn't remember any of it because she was possessed when it happened. That would be an insane plot twist. What if it's Junko's ghost? You know what? I'm gonna hear you out, Tsumugi. I'm gonna hear you out on that one.
What?
Hear her out! Hear her out!
'Cause it's always been her.
It has always been her.
In the Hope's Peak killing game, and in the Jabberwock Island killing game.
Yes. Some people may like to say that it was Izuru that was the mastermind of the second killing game. And I don't agree with them. It was Junko.
Junko Enoshima didn't participate. She controlled the game from outside.
We fought the giant AI version of her. That makes her the mastermind.
Even if it's boring or repetitive, she's always the mastermind, isn't she?
Yep.
Then it's like that this time, too. It's gotta be Junko again.
Junko Enoshima is dead. She's not part of this killing game.
You're wrong. She hasn't been eliminated. It's all Junko's doing. This killing game is her doing too.
Say it was her ghost. If you say it was her ghost, I'll be on your side.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. 'Cause Junko Enoshima is...
She's low-key kind of persuading me now.
Junko Enoshima is...
'Cause Junko Enoshima is...
Junko Enoshima is...
Daddy, please don't get so excited. You pressed the button by accident.
Look at our cute faces! Can you really bear to be without us?
Junko Enoshima is...
Junko Enoshima is what?
A ghost!
Okay, time for a commercial break.
No, it isn't!
See? We're a good comedy group too, so please don't...
Oh, shit. Yep, they're gone.
'Cause Junko Enoshima is... Junko Enoshima is...
Right the fuck here!
Tsumugi, you're cosplaying.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, shit. I love Junko's new design here. Oh my god. They gave Junko updated sprites for this game, and it looks so fucking good. The updated sprite model on her looks amazing. It really shows how much the art team has improved since the first game. And wait, inside her eyes, it says V3. That's a cool detail.
Even if nobody was waiting. Even if it makes you go, what? Again? The Diva of Despair takes the stage once more. Junko Enoshima, the 53rd.
There you have it! Once again, the mastermind is Junko Enoshima!
That's Tsumugi in cosplay, because Cospox was bullshit, and I knew it.
Junko Enoshima, the 53rd?
This is only the third game, though. Maybe the fourth, if you count Ultra Despair Girls.
Tsumugi, what's the matter? Aren't you Tsumugi Shirogane? Our friend who survived with us?
Shouldn't Jugo also be like, well, it's a ghost?
Sorry about that. You can go ahead and forget about Tsumugi Shirogane.
'Cause I'm just a character. You know, a lie.
Sorry to all her fans out there. If any of you even exist, that is.
Again, this would hit harder if Tsumugi did more to the game than just kind of be a background character the entire time.
A lie?
Tsumugi Shirogane was nothing more than a cover for me, the mastermind. Ooh, calling her your friend? Ugh, it's laughable, really. Really, I'm gonna laugh.
Are you serious? You're the mastermind behind this?
But why? That face and that voice. It's just like...
Junko Enoshima!
I know, right? Oh, does it make you fall into despair? Well, does it?
No, that's not possible. Junko Enoshima is dead.
But why did you call yourself the 53rd?
Maybe she reincarnated 53 times.
As history repeats itself, so does Junko Enoshima. As you can see, I am a perfect reproduction of Junko Enoshima.
So, you're just a freak pretending to be Junko Enoshima, huh?
No, a perfect reproduction.
Perfect reproductions are exactly the same as the original.
Her logic is impossible to follow, much like the real Junko Enoshima's.
Whatever it is, you're the actual mastermind of this killing game, right? So if we kill you, then that'll be the end, correct?
Oh, say mean things like that. Besides, killing me never ends the game.
It never ends the game? What do you mean?
She's bluffing. Let's just kill her and get it over with.
Wait, if force is necessary, it should wait until after we see what she...
No need, Kibo, because this class trial is over.
What? It's already over? Oh, but I just showed up.
You killed Kaede, and Monokuma covered it up with a false narrative. The class trials are rigged, and this whole game is illegitimate.
Oh, that. Right. Yeah, I definitely messed that up. Sorry about that. So?
So, is that all you have to say?
The viewers won't accept that kind of apology. You gotta stop the killing game!
Huh? The viewers?
It seems like you're on the wrong track, so let me explain.
Okay, so first, I'll start with the event that inspired me to plan this killing game. That was about the time the meteorite impact started intensifying.
Did she just start some big story on her own?
Yeah.
I knew of Hope's Peak Academy's Gopher Project, and my inner Junko told me.
Crushing the Gopher Project, humanity's last hope, would be the perfect despair.
That's when I took over the killing game I devised. I forced those selected as humanity's last hope to play my killing game.
And then I took the name Tsumugi Shirogane and sneaked in among them.
Did Kokichi know about this? Wasn't he a remnant of despair?
No, that was a lie. That was forged.
He was your comrade, right?
Huh? Comrade? Junko Enoshima doesn't have comrades.
It's like, you don't need a remote after you've thrown out the TV, right?
The remnants of despair are just a bunch of despair fanboys and fangirls.
But I am despair itself.
I am a god of despair. Kokichi was just one of my believers.
Oh, we're still going with that lie, huh?
A god wouldn't be comrades with one of their believers, right?
Then Kokichi didn't know your true identity either.
What a hopeless existence he led. To the end, he had no idea the object of his worship was right under his nose.
I don't care about your story. Tell us about the people watching.
Hey.
Who's this killing game being shown to? Where are the survivors of humanity?
There's nobody watching.
Huh?
We were the last 16 people alive, you know? Who could be watching? Humanity is gone.
No, you're lying. If this isn't being shown to anyone, why care so much about rules? You're the one who keeps talking about making the game interesting. For whom?
That was just a part of my perfect reproduction.
You're what?
I just perfectly reproduced my own killing game is all. Just like the old Junko. The original was meant to be shown, so that's how I made mine.
You just wanted to recreate the past killing game. That's it?
Yep, that's it.
There are no survivors of humanity. Things are just as you recalled.
That is the truth of the Ultimate Academy killing game!
No, that's wrong!
Oh dear! I am so surprised!
I like the detail of the mono cups helping her with her quick change.
Maybe we all remember that there's no one left out there. But how do we know our memories are real?
What do you mean by that? You think your memories are wrong?
I've been suspecting they were fake for a while.
There's something that's been bothering me about our memories. Here, look at this book.
The complete history of Hope's Peak Academy?
This book contains years of research about Hope's Peak Academy. Nothing would indicate this book is a prop. I believe the information here is accurate. But there's a lot written in here that differs from our memories.
What is different?
To know that for certain, I'll need everyone's help. I want you all to tell me everything that you remember about Hope's Peak Academy.
We just need to talk about what we remember from Hope's Peak? Okay.
So it started with the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring wars and terrorism around the world. It would not be hyperbole to say that event brought despair to all mankind.
And it was all caused by a single high school girl.
Yeah, it was me! Junko Enoshima enrolled in Hope's Peak Academy as the ultimate fashionista. But my real identity was the ultimate despair. In order to cover the world in despair, I put my plans.
Wait a minute. Something doesn't add up here.
Huh? I detect no discrepancy in my memory banks.
Yes. Everything we just said is just like we remember it. But it doesn't match what's written in the history of Hope's Peak Academy.
I'll determine exactly why later. For now, I need to identify the discrepancy.
So you gotta play Spot the Difference!
I'm good at those games.
Point out what everyone is mistaken about in their memories of Hope's Peak Academy. All right, time to play some Danganronpa trivia!
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring war and terrorism around the world.
The cause of all that despair was just a single high school girl.
A student of Hope's Peak Academy.
The ultimate despair! Junko Enoshima!
I did everything in my power.
To spread despair over the entire world!
The biggest, most...
The most tragic event in human history. That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring war and terrorism around the world. The cause of all that despair
Was just a single
high school girl.
Fuck, I missed! Got it.
That's wrong! One high school girl started the tragedy, the ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima.
You know, when you really think about it, the tragedy was really just a couple of really mentally ill bisexual teenagers fucking shit up, and gay guys who had the opportunity to stop them dropping the ball. Because Nagito had Junko within his sights. He had the gun. He was gonna pull the trigger. And then the gun jammed. And then he got shot. And Juzo could have revealed the truth about what Junko was doing, but she blackmailed him and he covered up for her to stay in the closet. You know, just ultimately, and you know, that one lesbian that was in love with Maharu, her killing that bitch didn't make things worse, but they definitely didn't make things better. I think all in all, it was a real bad look for the LGBTQ plus community.
At least that's what I remember. But that's not what this book says.
I feel like the bisexual community publicly renounced Junko Enoshima at some point. They had to really, like, make a big speech of, like, we do not claim her. Like, whenever a problematic but out celebrity does something and you're like, we do not claim them.
Ultimate despair doesn't just refer to Junko Enoshima.
Or a conservative Republican politician who's been, like, actively trying to pass laws that make life hell for the LGBTQ plus community gets caught sucking another man's dick. And then he loses his job. Anyone else hear about that one really homophobic conservative politician who had to publicly resign after he got caught breaking quarantine during COVID because he was attending a 70-person orgy that consisted entirely of other men? Yeah, resigning was the most graceful thing he could do at that point.
It refers to a group and the movement that came after. To put it simply, there's more to ultimate despair than Junko Enoshima.
This is the first time I've heard about this. Wasn't Junko the ultimate despair?
You know, sometimes it makes me think of, you know how, like, we have...
Misremembered.
You know how we have, like, in the first game, Taka, like, talks about how his grandfather used to be the prime minister, but then had a scandal, and then that made life really hard for Taka's family afterwards because of the scandal. And the scandal itself is never, like, admitted, and I'm just, like, here thinking, like, what was it? How bad could it have been? It can't be as fucked up as the shit we see in America. Did he publicly brag about shooting a dog? Because the lady who did that is still getting votes. Her constituents do not care that she shot that dog. Who was the bitch that got caught giving a guy a handjob at the Broadway showing of Beetlejuice? She's still in power after that. It's no coincidence. I know there is a difference in these memories.
And that's not all. There are other discrepancies I'd like to point out.
I feel like other countries have, like, some degree of respectability in their politics, and, like, America's just a fucking clown circus.
Ugh, does it even matter? I'm bored already.
Just shut up.
So, let's continue where we left off. Junko resorted to different tactics to cover the world with despair. The killing game between the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy, for example.
They were locked up and forced into the killing game by the ultimate despair.
But boo-hoo! When I, the one who started it all, died, events were set in motion.
And the world began to move towards restoration.
Then the fight between the Future Foundation and the remnants of despair raged on! But the worst-case scenario was avoided! Yay! A happy ending.
Not yet. There are more points that conflict with the history. I'll point those out next.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history happened, because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
They were held prisoner by the ultimate despair. And forced into the killing game.
Oh, I have some bad news about that. The events that my death set in motion are only now reaching their climax.
So the remnants of despair and the Future Foundation are still fighting. But for now, we've avoided the worst of it.
No, they're not. They're fine.
The biggest, most
Awful, most tragic event in human history happened, because Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair. Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
We had this whole big thing.
And
Forced into the killing game.
We had this whole big thing about, like, the anime where they all showed up and saved the day and then fucked off to
remnants of
their
despair
island.
and the Future Foundation are still fighting.
No, wait, I didn't mean to turn that into a lie.
We've
Fuck!
avoided the worst of
I
it.
held down too long while I was aiming.
The biggest, most
awful, most tragic event in human history happened because Jingo had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
I really have very poor dexterity skills.
And forced into the turn game. Oh. I have some bad news about that. The events that my death set in motion are only now reaching a climax. So the remnants
of despair.
And the future foundation are
It went
still
through it!
fighting.
Oh no!
The biggest, most
awful, most tragic event in human history happened because Jingo had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
What the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
They were held
Prisoner by the ultimate despair. And forced into the turn game. Oh. I have some bad news about that. The events that my death set in motion are only now reaching a climax. So the remnants of despair and the future foundation
are still
Fighting.
But for now, we've avoided the worst of it.
It went right through. It went right through.
the biggest, most awful, most tragic
event in human history happened because Jingo had prepared countless ways of spreading despair. What the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy. They were held prisoner by the ultimate despair.
That's wrong! It wasn't the ultimate despair that trapped the 78th class in Hope's Peak Academy. It was the class themselves. They shut themselves in.
shut themselves in?
Why would they shut themselves in?
It has to do with the Hope's Peak Academy shelter project. During the tragedy, the 78th class trapped themselves inside Hope's Peak Academy for protection.
So our memory of the 78th class being trapped by the ultimate despair?
Are you saying our memories are wrong?
It just means those documents were written all half-assed. There's no need to worry about it. Your memories are all correct.
What you've been saying isn't consistent. First you said it was just coincidence.
Huh. Is that so?
Let's just move on. I want to talk about one more thing from our memories. It's about the rebuilt Hope's Peak Academy that we were attending.
What about Hope's Peak Academy?
There's no doubt that the 16 of us were students at Hope's Peak Academy. We heard it had been rebuilt and was accepting applications for talented students again. And so, we gathered at the brand new Hope's Peak Academy.
Since Hope's Peak Academy was large, we were all in separate classes. But there's no doubt we were students of the new school.
Just like I thought, there's something wrong here.
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt. And with that, recruitment of talented students resumed.
When we found out, we came to the new Hope's Peak Academy.
The new Hope's Peak Academy was a huge school, which is why we were all in different classes.
But we're all the same!
That's right. We were all students of Hope's
Peak Academy.
I don't think you were.
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt. And with that, recruitment of
Talented students.
resumed.
That's wrong! We remember Hope's Peak Academy taking applications from talented students. But that's not what's written here. The Academy did not take applications. All of their students were scouted.
Scouted? I've never heard that.
I wasn't scouted. I applied to Hope's Peak Academy on my own.
Me too. I chose to come to Hope's Peak. At least, that's what I remember.
Are you saying we're remembering it wrong?
But what if this book's just wrong? Researchers make mistakes too.
Maybe so, but I'm not getting all this from just the book. There is other evidence as well.
Other what?
The killing game we're in now is one that began with Hope's Peak Academy. So this is the third game after Hope's Peak and Jabberwock Island. But remember what Rantaro said?
Well, the truth is, this isn't your first killing game. You're the ultimate survivor. You survived the last killing game.
But Rantaro's name wasn't listed among the past participants of the game. He was not present at the 2 killing games that Junko orchestrated.
Then, which killing game did Rantaro participate in?
I'm not entirely sure, but it's clearly inconsistent, isn't it? And the inconsistencies don't stop there. Kokichi's account is also suspect.
Kokichi's account is inconsistent too?
Oh, an inconsistency? Do tell.
We remember Kokichi as a remnant of despair. But I don't think that's true. He wasn't a remnant of despair.
He wasn't a remnant of despair?
That's impossible! He was definitely a remnant of despair. The remnants of despair were the ones who tried to stop the Gopher Project. And Kokichi was their leader. If he was the one leading the remnants of despair, then he must have been second only to the ultimate despair herself.
Yes, he loved me more than anyone. Like an obsessed fan hiding in the bushes. So where's your proof he wasn't a remnant of despair?
The proof that Kokichi isn't a remnant of despair.
This is it! The motive video we found in Kokichi's dorm room.
Kokichi Oma, the ultimate supreme leader. He caused mayhem all over the world as the leader of a secret organization known as DICE. And by mayhem, I mean petty, non-violent crimes and harmless pranks. Anyway, Kokichi had 10 loyal goons working for him. These goons were like friends and family, the most important people in his life.
An organization centered around petty crimes, one that forbids murder. And in addition to that, the group was only 10 people. That's far too few to be the same group that tried to sabotage the Gopher Project. Meaning that whatever group Kokichi was a part of is not the remnants of despair. His motive video clearly contradicts our memories. The memory we have of Kokichi being a remnant has to be false.
You mean he wasn't a remnant of despair? That's not possible.
Come to think of it, we never actually heard it directly from him.
But it's still not possible.
Kokichi didn't tell us because he wasn't exposed to that flashback light. And neither was Kaito.
Junko? Hope, despair.
Kaito didn't appear to know anything about the remnants of despair or Junko Inoshima.
If they'd been exposed to it, maybe we'd know the truth.
Maybe it's better that they weren't. I think the people who were affected by that flashback light were wrong.
What do you mean?
I called them out as being forged memories. I called that out.
All of these weird inconsistencies are from memories we got from the flashback lights.
So the flashback lights are the cause?
You found the classroom that makes all the flashback lights, right, Shuichi?
Yes, and I noticed something strange about it. I actually did a little experimenting with a device hidden in the room. It allowed you to select the memory that a flashback light would recover. However, some of the memories were inconsistent with each other. One might say there are survivors, but another would say there are no survivors. Bizarre, right? The flashback lights allegedly help us recover our memories. We're supposed to remember the truth that we forgot, and there should only be one truth. But then, having the option to recover contradictory memories doesn't make sense.
Then what are you saying?
Huh?
The flashback light isn't for recovering lost memories? Is that what you're saying?
Then what was it for?
What was it for, huh? Huh?
Go on, tell them. What are the flashback lights for?
What are the flashback lights used for? Why can you select different memories? And what does it mean if those memories contradict each other? If I put all the pieces together, it all makes sense. We'll be able to see the real truth. Oh, we're doing this again. Oh, I thought it was gonna be manipulate. Okay, if it's not manipulate, then
Yes, that's it. The flashback light isn't supposed to help us remember anything. It's a tool for implanting false memories.
Planting memories?
Yeah, they're fake. You've been scammed. You've been scammed.
Yes, the memories you could select for the flashback lights weren't our real memories. They were memories to be implanted inside us. That's why the contents of those memories contradict each other. Once we're exposed to a flashback light, those memories become the truth to us.
So the memories we recovered with the flashback lights were...
not real. They were all false memories. They were all lies.
Lies?
Lies.
Oh, what a horrible truth! If the memories from the flashback lights are lies, then everything was a lie! All the suspense and foreshadowing was for nothing! Can you believe it? It's like everything that happened didn't matter at all.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, that is what it means.
Huh?
Lies are just like snowballs. The more you roll them, the bigger they get. The bigger they are, the more fun and shocking it is when they're revealed.
That's why everything up till now has been lies. That's the truth.
The memories from the flashback lights were just lies?
It's just as Shuichi said. The flashback lights are not for recovering lost memories. They're tools for implanting new ones. The light they emit is actually information that has been converted to light waves. That light is beamed directly into the brain, causing a deja vu sort of phenomenon. The brain gets confused and thinks the info it just received happened in the past.
We were just confused.
For example, your memories of being students of Hope's Peak Academy?
Fake! You guys don't have anything to do with Hope's Peak Academy.
Okay, because I think I remember. Back during the first, like, earlier in the game, when we had, this makes sense, because I theorized this. I swear, Aziz, I did. Remember back in the earlier in the game when Kaede and Shuichi both said they had memories of just getting snatched up by a bunch of guys and dragged into a car and kidnapped, and they woke up in the lockers and they were in different clothes and they didn't mention anything about ultimates, and then they went to the gym and the Mono Cubs like hit them with pretty much the same thing as the memory beam, as the memory gun, and the flashback light, and they all suddenly had new clothes and remembered being ultimates and all of that, and they later tried to, like, the memory gun the flashback light gave them the memories of, oh, there was an ultimate hunt. We were on the run from the ultimate hunt. We didn't want to be sent to the Gopher Project. My theory was was that these guys were all just ordinary high school students who were kidnapped and then implanted with false memories of being ultimates because my interpretation of the end of the anime was when Makoto opened Hope's Peak again. I didn't think it was going to be the same kind of Hope's Peak. I thought it was just going to be like a normal school that anyone could go to and not one for ultimates. And so there were no more ultimates to have in a death game. So they didn't have any ultimates for their death game. So they just made a bunch. They just took a bunch of ordinary high school students, used the flashback light to give them false memories of being ultimates, and then they became ultimates for the death game.
None of us were ever students there. It was just a fake memory.
We're not students from Hope's Peak?
No, you guys are normies. You went to, like, public school.
Yep, that was all fake. Looking back, it was a mistake to have you remember Hope's Peak. I didn't originally plan on giving you those memories, but I was in a rush and overlooked all those inconsistencies, so you figured it all out.
It's hopelessly the worst!
So that's why Kokichi had to die?
Good job, Mr. Detective. You got it.
The only reason we thought Kokichi was a remnant was because of the flashback lights. But he did say that he was the leader of a cult organization. That was a lie he invented himself. He wanted to be the mastermind. He wanted us to believe it. That's why he lied.
Anyway, I gotta confess. You know that cult I mentioned earlier? The leader is me. Huh? Which means the mastermind who snuck the Monokuma onto the Ark is me. Okay, I know Kokichi's face looks disturbing as fuck here, but honestly, I want a little doll of him with that expression. I just want a little doll of him that looks exactly like that, and then I want to chase my Taka doll around with it, so I can have the Taka plushie in one hand, fleeing in terror, and the fucked up, scary Kokichi plushie in the other hand, chasing after Taka. Oh, that takes me back to my childhood. Oh, I would take my Barbie dolls and I would play Barbie soap opera with them. There was murder, deceit, infidelity. My mom let me watch Desperate Housewives. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Anyway, my mom let me watch Desperate Housewives as a child. And if you haven't watched Desperate Housewives, it's super inappropriate for a child to watch because the opening episode literally features a woman being blackmailed and to avoid her secret getting out, committing suicide. And also, one of the ongoing season 1 plot lines is about one of the main characters finding out her husband has been cheating on her with a prostitute, and he pins it around on her. He's like telling her that he had to do this. He had to do this because the prostitute would do BDSM stuff with him, and his wife wouldn't, even though he never asked his wife to do the BDSM stuff with him. And once she knew he wanted that, she kind of, in an effort to save their marriage after his infidelity, started doing the BDSM stuff with him. And I was watching all of this on TV when I was like 7. Probably not great that I knew what BDSM was from the age of 7. Probably even worse that at age 7 I knew what a prostitute was. Anyway, if you ever want to binge watch an 8-season show, you could go and watch Desperate Housewives. It really gives insight to who I am as a person because like every Sunday night I was watching that show. My childhood consisted of watching that show every Sunday with my mom. My dad did not like me watching this show, and he had shared custody, so when he said, don't let her watch this show with you, my mom said, I won't. And then, he was like, she told me she's still watching the show with you. Stop letting her watch that show with you. And then my mom was just like, I have full custody, go fuck yourself. And I kept watching a very age-inappropriate show.
He usurped the mastermind's role, but in doing so, became a thorn in their side.
The show did not age well either, by the way. Like, one of the main characters was a grown woman having an affair and cheating on her husband with their teenage gardener. He was 16, he was a minor, he was underage, and the show just kind of acts like it's all fine that she was doing that, and it wasn't fine.
So to get rid of that hindrance, the mastermind played along with the lie. The mastermind manipulated us into thinking Kokichi was a remnant of despair.
At the same time, having everyone remember Hope's Peak Academy made you guys target him because you thought he was a remnant of despair.
My boy was framed. He was framed and slandered.
You were using the flashback lights to control us?
Then the reason I tried to kill Kokichi was...
You were being controlled by false memories, like putty in the mastermind's hands. But Maki wasn't the only one being controlled. You all were! Remember when Kokichi revealed the truth of the outside world? You all got so depressed, you couldn't even focus on the killing game!
Wait, then, to make us recover from that, you...
Yep, we gave you memories of being Hope's Peak Academy students, the symbol of hope.
So you all could face despair. You controlled us with that big memory?
Well, it wasn't just that memory. It was all of them up till now. New mysteries and truths turn to motivation. Motivation drives a story. Everything from the flashback lights was just motivation to move you forward. But I guess it was fake motivation.
You idiots kept getting jerked around by meaningless lies!
This class trial was like that too, wasn't it? Why was it you were so motivated to do it? Because you got a memory from one of the flashback lights, right?
Was that also a memory you used to control us?
Hey, what was it you guys remembered from it again? At first, you ran away from the Gopher Project, humanity's last hope. But then, you bravely chose to accept your fate. took on all the wishes of your friends and family? And now, you remember how you got here. You remembered that you had all been entrusted with the world's hope, right? Remembering the weight of that hope should have made you feel stronger. I have to escape! I'll never give up! I won't be defeated by the Mastermind!
Even though Kaito and Kokichi were gone, and Kibo started to go berserk, you guys didn't give up hope. You decided to face this killing game, right?
You were controlling our emotions? Even our resolve to defeat the Mastermind?
This is a killing game. A death game where emotions run like blood. If the participants aren't trying their best to live, it's just not very exciting.
Oh, the memories were fake? Then what was everything till now? That memory, and that memory. And that memory, 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 and that.
Oh, she's having a panic attack. It's fine. Take some deep breaths, Himiko. I'll get you a paper bag.
If they were all fake memories, then... Where are we? Why are we in this killing game?
Yeah, who knows? My plans for mankind's last killing game kinda just fell apart. So figure out why on your own. This is a class trial, after all.
Then, who are you? I don't know who you are.
Huh? What's not to understand?
I
became me. What about that don't you get?
If this killing game is connected to Hope's Peak Academy, then I believe you. This is certainly the work of someone carrying on Junko Inoshima's will. But we have nothing to do with Hope's Peak, so you can't be Junko. So who the hell are you?
I'm me, no one else.
What the fuck? Oh, now she's cosplaying as Hajime. What?
What is this?
It's cosplay.
Huh? You know him, don't you? He was in the Jabberwock Island killing game.
I'm Hajime Hinata.
That's not what we mean. What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm just cosplaying.
Yeah, because Cospox was bullshit. She can dress up like anyone.
Cosplaying?
Yeah, this is just cosplay.
Oh, Maharu. Hi, Maharu.
But it's not just normal cosplay, because I can perfectly replicate the character.
Check it out! Even my voice sounds exactly the same.
Is Junko Enoshima also?
Yes, it's my cosplay.
Are you on drugs? God damn. I've been around people who were addicted to drugs, and this is like the face of a person who is on a lot of them. Oh my god. The bags under her eyes, the drool, just the vacant stare. Like, I know Danganronpa has had a lot of scary imagery. This expression on Tsumugi's face is the most uncomfortable and jarring thing I have seen in the entirety of this franchise. Worse than the corpses, worse than the executions, worse than whatever fucked up scary faces that Kokichi would try to pull, because everything else was like cartoony, and this is so real. Like, I want to drag this woman to a rehab clinic right now. Oh god. Oh fucking Christ. Jesus. Like, I genuinely expect her to just fall forward and die any second. Holy fuck. Let's all just sit with this for a minute. This goddamn uncomfortable look on Tsumugi's face. Okay, now let's go.
I can perfectly reproduce a number of characters and actually become them!
You look high out of your fucking mind right now.
This is the talent of the ultimate cosplayer.
Oh look, Taka's pants are there. I see his pants and his boots, right next to Leon's wig. Oh god.
Number of characters?
Are we gonna get cameos from everyone?
How can she cosplay as students of Hope's Peak Academy? Because Tsumugi told us.
That's what cosplay is supposed to be in the first place. Lately, some people prefer to cosplay as non-fictional characters, which is unforgivable. So unforgivable that I break out in Cospox if I even attempt it. That was a lie, though. Why are we acting like Cospox is real?
Ah, you remembered! Yes, that's exactly right!
So then, what does this mean?
That Tsumugi's a lying bitch and Cospox is fake.
What? If what I said was the truth, then Hope's Peak Academy was...
What Hope's Peak Academy was? If Tsumugi can cosplay as them, there's only one possibility, that she was lying about Cospox. Are you expecting us to go, it's fictional? Oh my god.
It's fictional. It's all fictional?
This is so fucking stupid. This is so fucking stupid! This is the dumbest shit I have ever seen! Oh my god. Okay. 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 Oh, let them cook? Let them cook? This is like watching someone bake a cake and they just like piss in the batter and you're like, no, let's see how the piss cake comes out. Sure, they pissed in the batter, but it's fine. Let it cook in the oven. Let it bake. Maybe the piss cake will come out good. We've never had a cake with piss in it before. No one's ever tasted that. Maybe it tastes good. Maybe piss tastes good. Oh my god. I want to be clear. I want to be clear. I am not opposed to the idea of this game You're arguing that piss tastes fucking wonderful. Okay, I want to be clear. I want to be clear about where I currently, at the point I'm in the game at, feel about this and where I'm coming from. I am not opposed to this game having the twist that the first two games and the anime were all fictional. I'm not opposed to that being something they do here. I could accept it if it was handled better. Because I'm of two minds on this, and I am trying to keep an open mind because, like, we haven't seen all of it yet. There's places they could be going with this. One, I genuinely think the way of Hope's Peak still existing and just having nothing to do with this as part of what was going on was like fine. There wasn't like a need for. I think. No, the reason I'm saying if it was handled better is because I think the way they come to this conclusion right now in this moment is fucking dog shit. I think if they gave other reasons for why they thought we're coming to the conclusion of, oh, all of that was fictional, I would be more cool with this twist. The reason I'm so against it right now is because specifically the reason they have all come to this conclusion is because Tsumugi is cosplaying as the other characters in the previous Killing Games. And earlier in this game, Tsumugi said that she didn't like cosplaying as characters that weren't fictional, and she couldn't cosplay as characters that weren't fictional without breaking out in a rash. And literally in the first trial, I said, oh, Cospox is definitely fucking fake. Because it would have been so easy for her after she changed into Kaede's clothes to just put on makeup that made her look like she had broken out in a rash. And I was kind of thinking that was going to be a Chivox gun, like a Shevox gun, where later in a trial, maybe Tsumugi was going to kill someone and her being dressed up like another person was part of it, and it was gonna be, oh, Cospox is fake. She was lying about that from chapter 1 because it was her plan all along to create the alibi that she couldn't cosplay as other people so that she could later dress up as someone to commit a murder. That's where I thought we were going with that, because the Cospox being real is such bullshit. Everything was fictional. I am not opposed to that being the twist. I am opposed to the way we are discovering that twist, though. I am opposed to the way we come to this realization being Cospox. Because Cospox is bullshit! Literally, it's, oh, we are believing that our entire reality and what we know is all fiction because of Tsumugi saying she doesn't cosplay as real people, and also Tsumugi breaking out in a rash when she dressed up as Kaede, when the rash could easily have been her putting on makeup. I actually do think this not being real is everything else being fictional is actually interesting, and I am, like, hoping they go cool places with it, because there's all these things where in earlier chapters, they're like, remember, you asked to be here. Like, in Rentaru's video, he says to himself, you asked to be here. And that kind of gives the idea of what if this was a super immersive roleplay where a bunch of fans of the show were brought together and told, hey, we're gonna put you in VR so you can be in a death game Danganronpa style. And then they just got implanted with fake memories when they did that. I think that would have been cool. But I'm just, Cospox? That being how they figure this out? That being the clue that makes them realize their entire reality is a lie? another way. There had to have been another way to do this twist and have it revealed other than Cospox. Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it. I hate Cospox being the thing that reveals the twist so badly. I want to be clear. I do not hate this twist. I currently don't have particularly strong feelings about there being the twist that everything was fake and that Danganronpa, the earlier Danganronpa games were fiction. I'm not opposed to that being the twist. I am not digging how the twist was revealed, though. Because, again, Cospox is such bullshit. Well, game, how are you gonna redeem yourself from this?
Fictional?
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history never happened.
Yeah, it was a video game, okay.
Hope's Peak, the Future Foundation, and the remnants of despair do not exist.
It also got an anime adaptation that didn't do very well.
Because it's all fiction. None of it actually happened in the real world.
I actually like the Danganronpa animation for Trigger Happy Havoc. The only reason I like it, though, is because I watched it before I played the games. If I had played the games first and then watched the anime, I would have been really disappointed in the anime.
All of those events took place within a fictional world known as Danganronpa.
Okay.
Danganronpa?
What are you even talking about?
Have I been pronouncing Danganronpa wrong this entire fucking time?
What? You've never heard of Danganronpa?
I've been pronouncing it wrong.
Characters in it.
I've been pronouncing it fucking wrong.
That's right. Me, that nasty pig Bart, and everyone else are all fictional.
Hold on. Then, Hope's Peak Academy doesn't exist?
Nope, because it's fiction. Doesn't exist in the real world.
She looks like she is actively overdosing. Her eyes are scaring the fuck out of me.
What?
I mean...
Isn't that surprising?
Not really.
Yeah, up till now you thought fiction was fact.
Fiction is just fiction. Danganronpa's just fiction.
This whole Danganronpa story was just stuffed into your memories.
For that reason, you all believed that work of fiction was, in fact, reality.
I actually do think, like, the premise of... What if they were all fans of the games and they all just, like, were like, hey, you want to join, like, a... Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. What if this is like Squid Game? What if this is like, okay, remember how Squid Game released its TV show, and then after Squid Games came out, people were like, let's make a reality show based off Squid Games, where they pretty much had the people who liked the show sign up to compete, and they would be in games that were in the show, and they would dress like the characters in the show in the uniforms, and it was like, oh, it's like real life Squid Game, except you don't actually die? What if this is like everyone here was fans of Danganronpa, and they signed up to be in like a reality show for Danganronpa fans, were like, hey, what if we all throw you into VR, we put you into the Danganronpa, like we have you get in, and then you all kill each other in VR, but it's just VR, so it doesn't matter, and you all get to pretend to be ultimates and partake in the killing game with each other. And the thing is, they did not read the waivers they signed, and they did not realize implanted false memories would be part of it!
And that's how we put on a cosplay performance for everyone to see.
My new theory is that they're all in VR, and I'm clinging to it because I hope it means Kokichi's still alive.
A cosplay performance of the whole wide Danganronpa world!
Oh man, the Kokichi I like isn't even like the real Kokichi, is he? Because he's all fucked up and implanted with a shit ton of face memories. Does Kokichi really have a gang of clowns, or was that just for the show?
Cosplay of the whole wide world?
Oh, Himiko's gonna puke. Someone get her a bucket.
So, this was all fake? Everything was made up? And the whole time, we thought it was real?
Did you think the ultimate cosplayer's talent was only limited to characters?
It'd be kinda lame if that was all the big bad mastermind could do.
I can do far more than that. I can cosplay the world itself.
Cosplay a boat right now. I want to see you turn into a boat.
So if you want to make me your enemy,
Then your enemy is the world of Danganronpa itself.
Danganronpa itself?
But why? Why would you do this? Why make us think it's real?
For immersive VR experience.
Well, duh. It's so you don't play the killing game.
This is the world of Danganronpa, you know? No shit we're playing the killing game. But it's not just any killing game. It's a killing game that takes place in the real world, propped up by fiction.
Wait, so did everyone really die? Are those actual live hamsters for the Gundam cosplay floating in the background? Or are those what Gundam cosplayers use where they get plushie hamsters for the cosplay? Are those live hamsters? Because if those hamsters are actually like real live hamsters, I'm very worried about them floating around in a circle like that. I'm very concerned for the hamsters that may be plushies or may be real life hamsters.
In other words, it's ultimate real fiction.
This is when roleplay goes too... This is literally just the video game being like, this is what happens when roleplay goes too far.
Ultimate real fiction?
But if it's fiction, if everything isn't real... then the world being in ruins is also fiction, right? The world outside is fine, right?
That's right. Of course.
How did you like that scene? Our staff worked very hard on it.
Staff?
There's no need to worry about the people backstage.
Oh! Cosplay Taga! Yay! Give me hugs! You know, there's moments where I considered, like, did I want to be a VTuber or did I want to do, like, actual, like, video footage of real life me? And I decided to be a VTuber because I wanted a cute VTuber model. But I do sometimes think there are things that are lost in me not just doing real-life video recording of myself, because no one else got to see the way I reached out my arms towards the monitor with a little grabby hands motion towards the cosplay Taka. I did that. Not for anyone else to see, but just because I miss him. I'm gonna hold my Taka plushie now. Precious baby boy. My little angel cake. I will put him back to his pedestal.
Anyway, back to our conversation. You guys can just relax. The world hasn't been destroyed.
Yeah, we're just in a video. We're just in real, very immersive role playing right now. It's fine.
Really? It's not destroyed? Then we can all go home and...
Nah, that ain't happening.
Why? If the world is still intact, then we have homes to return to.
I told you that ain't happening, you dumb sea urchin-headed... Wait, that's me.
Monokuma, what's going on?
Do you really want to know?
I feel like Danganronpa roleplay definitely features safe words for situations like this. Guys, remember what the safe word was. I think it was toaster strudel. Say it. You gotta get out of here.
Forget about the world! It wants nothing to do with you! The walls of this academy are your world now! The outside world is of no concern to you! The audience certainly agrees with me. Isn't that right, you guys?
I like them. One of them had a Monokuma head on. I feel like there would be a lot more anime icons in here. There would be a lot more...
What? Who are these people?
I feel like there would be a lot more pictures used of anime characters as icons.
They've all been watching this killing game transpire.
This is just like Squid Game Reality Edition.
Of course, those you see here are only a fraction of our total viewers.
Watching us?
It's just like Shuichi said. This was all arranged because people want to see it.
So this was all a show. This whole killing game.
Yeah. Everyone in this whole peaceful world watches this show.
Peaceful world?
The outside world is peace itself. There's no despair or wars, and... all the people in this peaceful world are straight up crazy for this killing game!
Can't deny it. I do love me a killing game. Look, I don't love killing games for the killing. I love killing games because they always get gay. You think I'm here? You think I'm interested in Danganronpa for the murder? I'm here because of how fucking gay these games are! That's why I'm here! I heard the Danganronpa games were really gay, and you know what? They are! So I showed up! I picked up Trigger Happy Havoc all those many years ago, and then it completely rewired my brain chemistry and forever altered the course of my life. But I did show up for the yaoi. I did do that. You think I'm in this game? You think I'm playing these games because I want to solve class trials and investigate murders? I'm here because it's gay. They have subtextual. Look, I may be the dog losing at chess, but I am sitting at the table. Okay? I'm losing at chess to a dog, but damn am I playing anyway. It's happening. I'm here. I showed up. Danganronpa did genuinely forever alter the course of my life. It did do that, though. And I do think my life is better for having played Danganronpa. Because after I played Trigger Happy Havoc, I decided to write fan fiction of it. And the fan fiction was actually, writing the fan fiction was actually really, really fun for me. I do like the murder mysteries and the class trials, but if I thought everyone was straight, I wouldn't give a shit, because I don't give a fuck about stories revolving around straight people. There, I said it. I like the other stuff that happens in this game, and I think these games are fun, and I have fun playing them. But would I have picked up the game if I didn't think it was gonna be gay? No, I wouldn't have picked it up. Just like I wouldn't have played Persona 4 and gotten into the Persona series if I didn't think there was gonna be gay stuff. I like the Persona franchise. I think the games are really fun, and I love Persona. But would I have decided to play Persona 4 in the first place if it wasn't because of Kanji and his gay storyline? No, I wouldn't have. That bisexual king lured me in, and I played the Persona games and had a really good time. But I wouldn't have played Danganronpa as like, look, I found that out after I played it. I was hoping for better when I played it, and it was just what I got. I really hope that in the Persona 4 remake, they really have way less transphobia. That would be nice if they cut out the transphobia. That would be nice if they did that. But anyway, playing Danganronpa got me really into writing fan fiction, and having fun doing that and having people in the comments tell me that I was really good at writing actually made me get into writing as a whole. And now I actually try to write books, and that's fun. I like Danganronpa. I really do like Danganronpa a lot. I think these games are really fun. But the reason I decided to play them in the first place was because I heard they were gay. That's just the story. That's just what happened.
Wait, why would a peaceful world need a game like this?
For the yaoi.
It's because the world is so peaceful that this killing game is necessary.
It's for the yaoi.
It is so very peaceful. And so, it is so very boring.
You can tell this game was made before Trump became president and COVID happened. And then Trump became president again. And there's concerns and oh god damn, I wish the world was peaceful. I feel like when this game was being made, the world was peaceful. And now look where we're at. You want to hear something sad? It was genuinely sad. Yeah, but being made. It may have been released in 2017, but it was being made and in production before 2017, you know? Genuine conversation I had with my therapist once. I was having a meltdown, as you do when you live in America, and I was like freaking out about the state of the world, and she kind of tried to calm me down. and she tried to calm me down with Taka, because that's what she does sometimes, because sometimes I bring the Taka plushie to therapy with me. Anyway, she's just like, what do you think Taka would do if Taka was here in the world right now? And I started sobbing and screaming, I don't want Taka to be here in this world. I want to be with him in his world. I think living in Danganronpa and living in the fucking Killing Game would be easier to manage than living in America right now. And my therapist really didn't know what to do with that. My therapist has watched Danganronpa, by the way. She kind of had to because of how much I bring it up.
With so much peace, people have become bored. They need stimulation.
He created this ultimate real fiction so Danganronpa could fulfill that need. Every person in the outside world watching this is a huge Danganronpa fan. Everyone loves the Killing Games. This Killing Game is for everyone.
The Killing Game is fun. She actually told me that she watched Danganronpa before she took me as a client, as a patient. But me talking about it a lot made her, like, re-get into it, just so she was, like, could refresh her memories on it. She tells me that she likes Taka and thinks she's great, but I think she might be lying just because of how often he's come up as a therapy tool.
So it's everyone's killing school semester.
This Killing Game is the latest entry in Danganronpa.
The long-awaited sequel that everyone has been waiting for!
Look, sometimes it's literally just my Taka plushie calms me down when I'm stressed, and I had to bring him to the dentist with me because I am terrified of the dentist, and it's always hard for me to go, and I just bring the Taka plushie with me and keep him in my pocket, and that helps me stay calm at the dentist. I'm a functional adult. What?
This is the truth of this Killing Game. Isn't it the ultimate real fiction?
You look so strung out on drugs right now, my girl. Like, I'm genuinely worried about you. I expect you to keel over any second.
We were forced to play some fictional killing game?
Nah, bitch, you volunteered. I would have volunteered. If I could sign up to be in a Danganronpa Killing Game, I totally would.
Danganronpa! You noticed way too late. There's no Danganronpa without Monokuma! Since I'm here, that means this is Danganronpa!
What is this?
Oh god, I do get why the characters are freaking out so much. Because it turns out, literally, after they realized they couldn't trust their memories because of the flashback light, they kind of were, like, relying on the book they had. But the book was literally just a summary of 2 video games and an anime.
Can't you tell? It's the title of the current Danganronpa you guys are doing.
A testament to the unquenchable thirst this blood-soaked world has for Danganronpa.
Oh my god, Kodaka's really stroking his own dick on that one. Being like, for the fact that they literally say, for the fact that in their video game they say the world has an unquenchable thirst for their video game. That is really patting yourself on the back for the product you've created. Is Danganronpa a very good and popular franchise? Yes, but it's not like it's the fucking Bible, you know?
Danganronpa's gone on so long because the whole world enjoys and supports it.
Huh? How long has it gone on? Did you forget what season of Danganronpa this is? You guys are dumber than ants.
Wait, Junko the 53rd, are you telling me there were 53 seasons of Danganronpa?
Shuichi, what do you think?
What?
What number killing game is this? What season do you think we're on?
53?
You should be able to tell from the logo.
And if that's not enough of a hint, just feast your eyes below my belt.
No! You died! Stay dead! What killing game is this? What number Danganronpa is this? You can tell from the logo? Then this killing game is... '53! Give me a 3, bitch. Give me a 3, bitch. There's a 3.
I see now.
Could this be the 53rd one?
God, imagine 53 Danganronpa games. I would play all of them. See, I'm not opposed to the whole it was all fiction twist. I am having fun with it. I just wish the V in V3 is 5. It's the Roman numeral for 5. 53. The V was a 5. Okay. So this is a place to end because it has been about 2 hours. I'm hoping that next weekend will be our final 2 streams of it. I think 2 more streams should be enough to get it done. Should be able to wrap the rest of this up in 4 hours. So we'll be back next week. And until next time, show's over.